That flag there is a flag for jihad. So we're going to go have a look and ask them why they would fly that flag. I mean, there's the Palestinian flag and then there's the jihad flag. Two very different things.
Well, you wouldn't believe what they told me.
It's a very interesting flag. What does it mean?
Declaration of faith. Basically, it means there's no God but Allah, and his prophet is Muhammad. That's it.
It looks a lot like the jihad flag to me.
Nah. It's just a declaration of faith. That's it.
It's the Saudi flag, but it's just black.
No, that's not the Saudi flag. The Saudi flag has a sword underneath and is green.
Coming to a neighborhood near you. Those were the words of Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Bibi Netanyahu, talking about if we don't eradicate the evil, the darkness here, it's going to come to you. What the world doesn't realize is that Israel is fighting the war for the world, not only for its own existence, but for the world. Let's watch this video clip and to understand what's happening in the streets of London now. And we'll discuss it afterwards. Kindly subscribe to our channel so a little bit of light will push away a lot of darkness.
I regret to tell you that there is Islamist extremism marching through the streets of Britain. That right there is the flag of jihad. And I came face to face with it in central London just weeks after a terrorist attack where 2 Brits were murdered. And the police just standing by.
Why are people still out here in Great Britain protesting? I'm going to find out.
And what I found wasn't peace or compassion or understanding, it was hatred. Rancid, naked Jew hatred, and even more severe, extreme Islamic sentiment festering in this country.
We've had a terrorist attack in the past few weeks, and now we have someone wielding an Islamic State flag.
I could not believe my eyes, but I was hardly surprised.
That flag there is a flag for jihad. So we're going to go have a look and ask them why they would fly that flag. I mean, there's the Palestinian flag and then there's the jihad flag. Two very different things.
Well, you wouldn't believe what they told me.
It's a very interesting flag. What does it mean?
Declaration of faith. Basically, it means there's no God but Allah, and his prophet is Muhammad. That's it.
It looks a lot like the jihad flag to me.
Nah. It's just a declaration of faith. That's it.
It's the Saudi flag, but it's just black.
No, that's not the Saudi flag. The Saudi flag has a sword underneath and is green. That's the same flag carried by terrorists who murdered British soldiers, and it's being waved proudly through the centre of our once great capital.
We want Palestine to be free.
Free from what?
Free from Israel.
The troops have come out just a couple days ago, so it is effectively free now. Would you?
Yeah, it is, but obviously the original whole land, even where Israel is now, that was all Palestine's land anyways. So you want the land back.
Right, okay, so where are those Jews going to go?
Where they came from.
There's the real message. That is what is at the heart of these marches.
They went to Palestine, they were somewhere else before. I'm not too educated on the history. I'm not too educated on the history. I'll be honest, but obviously speak to someone older that knows the history. I'm not too educated on it. But all I know is Palestinians are getting killed right now, and yeah. So I had to...
So you're happy for the Jews to be removed from Israel?
I'm very happy for that to happen.
Okay, and how would you want that to happen?
God knows, innit?
So he doesn't even know what he's saying. He's just parroting hate like a lot of these lefty losers who go to these marches.
One state Palestine. What does that mean?
Oh, sorry.
You don't want to hold that? The one state of Palestine, what you think about that?
It's free Palestine.
Free Palestine from what?
Sorry, my English is not really well.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't be holding that sign then. So interestingly, a lot of people here don't quite know why they're here.
Crazy, clueless, and stupid. And while the jihad flag flutters freely, the Union flag and the St. George's Cross are vilified.
So you're on the front line made to look like a complete and utter idiot. Right. Yeah, because if you're here, the whole of the Isle of Don has paid for these flags to be hung, for you to authorise them to be taken down. And then you're out here on the front line.
I'm not going to argue.
You can't argue, mate. You've tried to steal them, officer. The rest of our flags that we have bought with our own working money, he has thrown in the bin.
Oh, you can wave the flag of ISIS, no problem. But the moment you wave the English flag, you're provoking tension. You are a racist. What a sick inversion of values.
How do you feel about the Union Jack?
They absolutely despise this country, yet they march freely under its protection. And then there's this Oxford student yelling,
Gaza, Gaza, make us proud, put the Zios in the ground.
That's not protest, that's a death chant. This is incitement to violence, dare I say. And yet, nothing. No arrest, no outcry. Lucy Connolly gets nicked for a tweet, but calling for Jews to be killed, totally fine, apparently. This country's gone mad. I was handed a Quran. Fine. Maybe they should read our constitution, the bit about equality, freedom, and law and order. Meanwhile, the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, tells us that chanting from the river to the sea isn't anti-Semitic.
Do you think to scream from the river to the sea, which they're doing during these hate marches, is appropriate? Do you think it is anti-Semitic?
Okay, I don't think it's anti-Semitic, and I think it's all about context.
Oh, really? Because that chant literally calls for the destruction of a nation. This is where we're at now, people. You can burn the Union flag or shout for jihad, and our leaders call it community cohesion. But if you dare to defend British values, you're branded far right. The jihad flag being flown freely on the streets is evidence enough that there is Islamist extremism on the streets of Britain.
Well, it's happening in Britain. It's happening in America. Let's take a look what's happening in Dearborn, Michigan. The reality is the world needs to wake up. Yeah, there's so many sentiments, and many people feel like it's almost like in the 1930s, pre-Holocaust days, pre-World War II. You know, when this type of rhetoric is not only tolerated, but allowed, and this type of anti-Semitism that is just phrased as if it is freedom of speech, this is what fosters hate, divisiveness, and ultimately death. When we allowed, since October 7, on the streets of the United States of America, we allowed protesters to sing the chant, the mantra, free, free Palestine from the river to the sea. Let's look at the end results of that. Remember what happened on the streets of DC when 2 young workers for the Israeli embassy were shot, killed point blank on the streets of DC? And what did the murderer say? Free, free Palestine. Those were the words that came out of his mouth. Do you remember in Colorado when this degenerate threw Molotov cocktails on elderly Jews peacefully marching? What was his phrase? Free, free Palestine. Where did he get that from? This isn't freedom of speech. This is incitement. But for some reason it's okay when it has to do with anti-Israel sentiments or anti-Semitism, that we allow it and tolerate it. How many years did it take for America to be sensitive to the non-white people? How many years did it take for America to be sensitive, to change our dictionary, to change our vocabulary, so we shouldn't be racist, bigotry, or divisive for people's skin of color? We got there. It was hard work. You know, from the 50s, 60s, or even from before until today, how we now no longer call people by their color. We now refer to people as people. And God forbid if anyone should ever reference a person of color by their skin color, the repercussions are incredible. That needs to be with anti-Semitism. We need to be able to work hard as a society to obliterate any type of anti-Semitism. It should become as taboo as anti-skin color denunciations. That anytime there's anyone who incites anti-Semitism or is anti-Semitic, the repercussions should be equal. This double standard in the world has to be broken down once and for all. So what you just saw is happening in London. You know, this is happening in America already, and unless we put an end to it, it's going to get worse. It doesn't need to be. Let's muster the strength. Let's unite together and bring back the core values of America, the land of the free, of understanding and accepting anyone, regardless race, color, or religion. Just because our theological belief system is different than yours, it doesn't make us any different. We're all created in God's image. We all have value and purpose in this world. God chose each one of us to be living now in the 21st century for a purpose and a reason. We are all to be ambassadors for good. We are all empowered with God's infinite gifts of love, power, strength, and talents and ability to follow through our mission that God has given us on this world. So let's unpack our true, deep spiritual energy. Let's stop being divisive. Let's unite, because we are always stronger together. God bless you. God loves you.